Hey everyone. I'm hopping on here kind of on a whim. I just had some thoughts that were burning in my mind that I wanted to share with you. And so, if you don't know who I am, I'm Tanya Cottrell, and I have a little cold, so don't mind me. I've got my tissues here if I need them. This is totally unpolished, and just me being really transparent and open with you guys because I've been noticing and hearing. I'm sure as all of you have, um, people of all ranks. Some that are on fire and building, and some that are feeling stuck, and that is not an exception in the amongst the diamonds, blue diamonds, presidential diamonds. And I have some thoughts on that. And I hope that this will be encouraging to you. Maybe you'll find something in this. Um, I'm hearing people say things like, "This isn't working anymore. I'm stuck. My builders are stuck. I can't get anybody engaged." I think all of us. I mean, I don't think if we were sitting in a room together that any of us would raise our hands and say, "I don't have any leaders or builders that are disengaged or not stuck," right? We all are experiencing some of those, and it's because you build your business for so many years. There are some that are not going to run all of the way with you. There are some that are not running with me that were running with me earlier, and it's part of the process. Okay, but it can get in our heads. It can get in our heads when we start to see people pulling away, even qualifiers pulling away. And we need to really be getting our headspace right around that, because it can start putting a lot of doubt and a lot of questions in our head that can affect our own business. And when it affects our own headspace and it affects our own business, it affects what energy we're putting out there, and it affects our downline, and it becomes this perpetual cycle of other people feeling doubtful, feeling fearful, panicking. Belief starts to go down, and then our ability to even recruit people or inspire people goes down, and then we just end up in this downward spiral. Okay, so there's some dangers around starting to entertain thoughts like, "This isn't working," or "Do I need to be looking at this from a different way? Maybe I'm not going to get any farther than this. Maybe this is as good as it's going to get in doTERRA." Like those kind of things. So just like be real honest with yourself. Have you had those kind of things pop into your head? I have really learned to watch for that and get myself in check, because if I let something like that get into my head, it just becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It just really, really zaps energy from my business, from my life. It steals my joy. And then I start to look for evidence all around me to go, well, maybe this isn't working anymore. Maybe I need to be smart and really acknowledge something that's like spiraling down, or saying like, "My organization is crumbling," that kind of thing. It gets in your head and it does so much damage. So here's what I want to tell you. And I believe this to my core, okay? If you're in that headspace, it might feel uncomfortable. It might feel unbelievable. I might not be able to convince you right now, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because I think some of you need to hear it. This business is working. It works. It is growing. Our company is growing. We are about to embark on massive growth. But here's the truth. We're not all going to go. We're not all going to grow. And I'm speaking to us as diamonds and above, because there are going to be people that give up and miss out. All right. And I've had that conversation with myself. I am not going to give up. I am not going to be someone that misses out on this next wave. And so I have spent some time over the last year thinking about, well, what is working and what does move my business forward and what will move my business forward even more. And I had this big, huge light bulb happen last January, sitting in a mastermind, the Blue and Presidential Mastermind event that the Goddards had for us in Kona. And I don't even remember who asked the question. Someone asked the question. We were sitting there journaling, like, list the top like 5 things that you did in 2018 that actually moved your business forward. And when I sat and listed the 5 things, you know what I realized? They were all specific conversations that I initiated with people that brought new builders into my business. So what I mean, and I listed like 4 or 5, okay? Out of the whole year, I listed 4 or 5 conversations where I literally sent a text message out to someone and initiated with them on some level, out of the blue, totally on me. These were scary conversations, but they didn't need to be scary. They were fine. But I had to really, get my courage up to reach out to someone and go, hey, this is, kind of out of the blue. I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about a doTERRA business, inviting someone into the business. Okay, I only did that like 4 or 5 times in 2018, but they all ended up on my list of top things that moved my business forward. And this light bulb went off, and I realized in 12 months, the most important things that I did for my business were 5 text messages. Like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy to think that all of the months, all of the weeks, days, hours that I spend leading my team, inviting people to classes, and all of these are good things. All of these are good things. There's a lot of things that are positive and important. You can't scrap it all. But when I realized the most important thing were 5 text messages that I sent to initiate conversations and get new builders going on my team, I went, what? Like, how many hours did that really take out of my whole year? Not very many. What if I took that concept and I did that far more frequently, and I made that the number one focus of my business? What if I did 5 a month? Just did 5 a month for 12 months. Like, I would, the growth I had from 2018, it would be exponential. Like, I would do 12 times that plus whatever multiplication came from that. And so it's really shifted a lot of my focus in how I'm training my team and how we're moving forward into getting unstuck. Okay, so I want to tell you that when I'm doing the right things, my business moves forward, and it is working. So I just did a retreat, oh gosh, maybe 3 weeks ago. Small retreat. We just did 50 people. A lot was my team, some were other teams, but out of that 50, we had 10 diamonds and blue diamonds, okay? A mixture. And so some of you were there. And then we had all ranks, like executive up through blue diamond at this retreat. We focused heavily, heavily, heavily on recruiting builders, getting into action, having those conversations, and our retreat was all action based on the spot. So we didn't just learn it and go home and say, I'm going to apply it, and then I'm going to try to put this into action, and then, life happens, and then we don't do it. We actually took the time and did it together. And can I share with you guys something that just blew my mind that happened? By the end of our retreat, here's what we did. We actually started tallying up. I just did this on the fly on the marker board up front, how many conversations people initiated with people about the business. And I think we had, I'm not going to remember the number. It was a lot. It was like 60 some conversations inviting people into the business that happened within a 20-minute period of time at this retreat. So we did it tally marks. As I continued teaching and talking in our closing session, okay, maybe the last hour of the retreat, I decided to have people come up with a red marker, because we did tallies in black, and start circling. Just pick a tally mark and circle it in red when you get a response back and somebody wants to meet with you and talk about the business. You guys, people were flooding to the front, circling red circles. And we've been tracking since then, and people are like, I got another red circle, I got another red circle, I got another red circle. And they're not stopping. They are not stopping. They're reaching out to more. They're finding builders. I have seen so much new life in these 50 people. I'm so stinking proud of them. So stinking proud of them. And some of these are diamonds and blue diamonds that, I sat down. I was leading this retreat, and I sat down, and I sent out a couple myself. And you know what? I recruited a new builder, a new international builder, right in the middle of my own training, because I sat down and took the time to send the message. So I get really stuck around, what am I going to say? How am I going to say it? But if I sit down and actually start writing it out or typing it out, it doesn't take very long when I start putting it on paper or on my phone. I'll do it in my notepad or something. to get my words right and then hit send, it's so doable. But here's why people are stuck, because they're too busy dragging the people that aren't working anymore. They're too busy dragging, and then they're like, my people are stuck, nobody wants to do this anymore. They're just surrounding themselves with all this negative energy of people that don't want to do it anymore. Or they're whatever, they're in their own headspace, and you're trying to drag them and you're trying to resurrect them. And this is not my saying, but it's so true. It is easier to give birth than to raise the dead. So are you trying to raise the dead constantly? Are your days, have you spent the last year in your business feeling stuck because you can't resurrect the dead in your team? You're going about it wrong. That's not how it works. And if you're going to keep doing that, you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to start saying things like, this business doesn't work anymore, I'm stuck, my people won't do this, maybe I need to do something else. It's all crumbling, it's unraveling, and you're going to become you're going to like sign off on it, and you're going to be okay with the death of your business. We need to be problem solvers. We are entrepreneurs. We're CEOs. CEO entrepreneurs do not just resolve to going, I guess it's just all falling apart. Like, that's not who we are. We're doTERRA. We have a mission. We're out to change the world. This mission will carry on with or without me, with or without you. So we have to decide, like, am I going to be one of the problem solvers? Am I going to adapt and adjust out there? And am I going to keep bringing people in? But here's the thing. If you're filled with doubt, and we've all been there, so this is no judgment, this is no shame, but if you're filled with doubt, if you're filled with desperation, if you're dragging people, if you're feeling afraid, and you're just not even sure that you're going to be able to carry on and do and hit the mark that you set out to hit in doTERRA, are you really going to inspire people? And are you really going to be bringing new people into the business? You're hammering the nail on the coffin. And so I have had to really, really check my mindset around my belief and my determination, and my belief around where the company's going. And when I really think about it and I really get real with myself, it's going without me if I don't get on board. And so I need to be a problem solver and a CEO and figure out, who do I need to move into my boardroom? Who do I need to get around my table that's different? Because the people that I had around my table, maybe they're not running with me. So I need new people. That's what I need. Okay, so there is a whole piece of this that is about releasing the people that you're dragging. Right? It feels counterproductive. Sorry, my hair is doing a weird thing. It feels counterproductive to let go of people that we feel like we need, to let go of qualifiers, but they need to be let go of oftentimes because they are feeling our desperation on them, and it's pushing them away. When we're constantly being like a boss and we're trying to get them to do things and we're trying to constantly drag them, then if they're not actually growing and they've lost their vision, they've lost their way, they're not really doing the things to move their business forward, every time they hear from you, they're going to be filled with internal shame and irritation and annoyance. And they're never going to move towards you, and they're never going to build this business if they just feel like, I'm not measuring up, I'm not doing what I should be doing, she's disappointed in me, he's disappointed in me, and it doesn't feel good to them. It feels better when they feel like they have the freedom to be themselves. And if they're in a funk, they need to be in a funk until they own it and they decide to do something different. So how do people do something different? Well, the trick in releasing is to realize some will wake up eventually and want to do it, and some won't. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with truly releasing them without the agenda of bringing them back. But some do come back. And this is why. Because I've kind of come up with these formulas. I don't have time on this call to go into the whole thing, but this is kind of what I train people on, is like how to motivate people. I've created these formulas, and I'm going to share one with you. So I don't have it like visually for you, but it's like a math equation. Okay. So maybe write it down. Observed action plus observed results equals motivation. What does that mean? It means no one on your team is going to be motivated unless they are watching you in action and they're watching you have results. When we see somebody doing something and then we see results they get from what they're doing, we feel inspiration. I'm sorry, that wasn't motivation. That's a different formula. I'm going to say it again so I get it right. Observed action plus observed results equals inspiration. Okay, motivation's different. Motivation is inspiration, and then they have to factor in fears and hangups. And when they have more inspiration than their fears and hangups, then they're actually motivated, and that's where action happens. But I won't dive into all of that today. But let's just look at observed action plus observed results equals inspiration. Our job is to inspire people. That's the first step to getting people to do anything. If you're dragging people, but you're stuck, they're seeing you working really hard and not getting results, they're not going to be inspired. But if you release them and they see you move on without them, and they see you recruiting new builders and growing your business, and they watch you in action without them get results, it's going to hit them unlike anything else you're doing right now. Nobody likes to watch the ship sail without them. And either they're going to let that ship sail without them, which it's better that you just acknowledge that, right, than trying to pretend like you're somehow going to get them on board. Or they're going to go, wait, I want on. So sometimes the very best thing for our stuck downline and even for our qualifiers is to see us moving on without them. That doesn't mean you're not going to qualify off them. Sometimes strategically you're still qualifying off of them for a period of time, but you need another plan so that you can qualify in the future with or without them. Okay. So sometimes that means recruiting a new builder so you can build a leg within a leg. And strategy is my top. I'm strategic. That's my strengths. They're all strategy based. So I have some strategies that I map out on how to figure out how to do that. But the basic concept is map out your organization and figure out where you need volume boosts to temporarily keep your qualifications, but that you're using the volume from a brand new builder that you're placing down under, maybe on a third or fourth level, that's boosting that up. But you're also putting in a backup qualifier that you've got somebody that's actually running with you that can become a replacement qualifier, because when that person surpasses the leg that you place them under, you no longer need qualifications from the upper leg. So you're building yourself a new business while maintaining the rank that you've already had, or reclaiming that. Hopefully I didn't lose you. It's oftentimes at diamond and above levels where we really need to build new legs within legs, recruit new builders and place them within legs. Sometimes though, we need to start a brand new leg, and there's a lot that goes into deciding that. But either way, it's still recruiting new people. And here's what is amazing. When I sit down with someone and we map it out, we map out the structure, and I actually call my strategy in this the green circle, because we get a green pen out and we fill in like imaginary people that aren't yet on our tree. I use the graphic tree and the visual. We find those spots, we draw them as a green circle, like a new wellness advocate, a new builder. And green is growth, and its income is money and all that. So that's why I use green. But you figure out where those green circles are, and then you go recruit for those positions. Just like you're a CEO around a board table and you have somebody that quit or isn't showing up for work, are you going to keep trying to grow your business with that seat empty? No, you're going to go get someone in that seat, right? These are your seats around your board table, these green circles. You put them on your tree, and then you go recruit for them. I mean, the people you're recruiting don't know that you're recruiting, but you're like, my top spot is this one. I'm going to go find someone to fill this spot, and then I'm going to find someone to fill this spot. The thing that's amazing is that it's usually a pretty small number of green circles that you need to fill. And we think, oh my gosh, my organization is crumbling because I've lost all this volume in these legs, and how am I going to reclaim 3,000 OV over here and 5,000 OV over here, and how am I, you know what I mean? We add it up and it's like, I can't get that many customers. I can't get that much volume back myself, and nobody's doing this. I'm stuck. I don't know how to resurrect it. Well, you can't resurrect it just recruiting a bunch of customers. And if your people aren't recruiting customers, you're not going to get that with that strategy. You're going to recover it and move on by recruiting a handful of builders, because then duplication kicks in. Then you train them to go get the customers. That's how you exponentially maximize volume growth in your organization. So you could go, gosh, I need a new premier here, and I need an elite here, and I need a director over here. Well, that's like what, 5, 3, that's 8, 9,000 PV a month that you need. You're not going to go get that with customers of your own doing, because if your team isn't, if those leaders aren't doing it, you're not going to go build all that in LRPs yourself. What you're going to go do is recruit 3 builders and train them to become premier, elite, and director, and then beyond, and you're going to recover all that volume, right? It's so much easier to go give birth to 3 builders, and you're equipped, you're a leader, you've had success. You just need to reset the mind and get the confidence back to go out and do it and inspire people. But it takes that mindset, and then it takes having those conversations, initiation. We need to stop putting all our time and energy into dragging our people and not getting results, and then it's zapping our own ability to go out and inspire and recruit, and time goes by and we're like, it's not working. Instead, when we release that, we create space in our life to go out and focus on the new team that we're creating. Do you believe you can go out and rebuild what you already built and more out in the world with people that have not been enrolled yet? You totally can. And if you're doubting that, then it's in the mind that it needs to start, okay? So let's talk about diversity. Diversity is an important part of growing anything, right? So in doTERRA, we need diversity too. And I'm not talking diversity in like other businesses or investments. I mean, yeah, like, fund your IRA or whatever. But I put all of my investment into doTERRA because it's the best income generation machine that I can build and create. But I do focus on diversity. What kind of diversity do I focus on? Diversity of builders in my organization. So we do have a diversity problem when we're stuck, but it's a diversity problem within our organization. The more builders you have that you have enrollership of, you will not, the more growth you will have, the more options you have. You will never feel stuck. You will never feel hostage to your qualifiers if you just keep going and getting more people that could potentially qualify you. So if you are feeling hostage in your business, then you need to think about your diversification of recruiting builders. When we get stuck as leaders, this is the tendency that I think we tend to end up in. Well, a couple tendencies. We kind of go one direction or the other. We either dwell on the negative thought and beliefs, like, I'm stuck, my builders are stuck, I don't know if this is working anymore, like whatever thought, whatever sentences are going through our head. We dwell on it and we commiserate with other people and we look for evidence. We look for evidence. We start seeing that, oh, I didn't enroll anybody, I don't have any new builders. No, and then we start building evidence and going, yeah, nobody wants to do this. It's not like it used to be. Whatever it is, we build evidence and then it re-cements that belief, and then we get more desperate and we get more fearful and we get more doubtful, and it's just this perpetual thing. And then we commiserate with other leaders that are doing the same thing, and all of a sudden we just have like this, we have this cemented in truth that we think we've found. That's not truth at all. Okay, so that's one thing that we tend to do when we get stuck. Or we distract ourselves into feel-good activities, the things that still feel good and bring us joy. And we want to have joy in our business, but we can kind of end up in a place where it's like, well, maybe this is good enough. Maybe I shouldn't even strive for more. Maybe I should just be satisfied and content where I'm at. Like, contentment's one thing, but contentment shouldn't be complacency, right? So if we go, well, I can't figure out how to grow my business, so I'm just going to go take care of my customers. That makes me feel good. Okay, that's a good activity, but that's not being a problem solver and a CEO and moving forward. Our teams need us to lead in growth. Our teams need us to be problem solvers and to be inspirational and to grow forward. Because if we just get to a point where we go, well, I hit diamond, maybe I'm not solid diamond, or I hit blue diamond, I'm not solid, but maybe this is, I should be thankful. This is, I should just be content with this. Maybe this is as good as it's going to get, and I should just go enjoy where I'm at. Yeah, take a day and enjoy it. But like, if we just stay stuck in that place, then what we're doing is we're leaving our people behind. Because if we're satisfied at diamond, then that means we're satisfied with a few people on our team hitting silver and a lot of people being stuck at elite forever. And that's no end game. I mean, some people are happy with silver, but a lot of people got into this to do a lot more. Elite is a miserable place to be because you have to work really hard to keep bringing income in. We want to get people past that messy middle. We want to get people to a place where they actually do have some residual income. And so to become complacent and distract ourselves into busy work or feel good activities and just coast is leaving our people in a place of disappointment. And I don't know about you, but that just doesn't set well with me. I want to keep winning and I want to keep growing because I want to see them realize their dreams. So I'm going to end just, sorry if you can hear my dog barking in the background. He wants to get let out of the bedroom. Remember that we're the sum of the 5 people closest to us. And so let's do a checkpoint and think about the 5 voices speaking into your heart, into your mind the most on a daily basis. Are they people that are lifting you up, encouraging you, inspiring you, telling you that it's possible, helping you generate ideas? Or are they people that are commiserating? Are they people that are feeding into your determination to give up because certain people aren't doing certain things on your team? You might have to shift up who you're listening to. And with that said, I really want to encourage us as diamonds, blue diamonds and presidentials on this group, on the diamonds group, on the blue and presidential group. Like, we got to keep lifting each other up. Like, we got a lot of voices of negativity out there, and let's be solution bringers together. And let's get excited about what's to come together, because I need those voices in my head too. I need those voices of inspiration. So if things are working in your business, share it, because it just helps to feed into my belief and my excitement. And I'm so excited about everything that is to come, and the growth that I'm seeing in people that are doing this, that are actually learning to share the business on a regular basis, initiating with people specifically, not just throwing it out there kind of in general and hoping people will show up. I think our first step is we have to own it. If we're stuck, we have to own. If we've been waiting on other people, dragging people, trying to resurrect the dead, like, just owning it. I've had to own that, and it's hard to own it, but it's freeing. And then releasing people, and then getting my headspace right, getting inspired, because when I go out to initiate conversation with people, I need to be filled with belief and confidence. And then it's just a matter of getting into action, and just like today, to go, okay, today, who am I texting? Who am I calling? Who am I going to invite in? Who am I going to have the courage to put myself out there in front of? Because there's people out there that need this business. And if we get complacent, they're going to miss out. And that's sad. That's sad, because somebody had the courage to share with me and you and invite us into this. And we've all been super blessed by it. And there's people out there that still need to be invited in. So who are you going to invite in? Who are you going to put in your green circles? Who's going to be on your new team? So I could keep going on this, but I think that's kind of the general gist. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the comments, and I'm excited because there's so much potential, and those of us who decide to grab hold of it, we're gonna be really, really grateful. So I hope that you're one of them, and I hope that we can keep inspiring each other. Have a great day, everybody.